Hey yo, what's the deal? You know what this is. You know who this is. It's the Don, Tony Teflon, House Teflon. We pull the strings. Cheer! Alright, and this is a Game of Thrones season, 4? Episode 2, review, The Lion and the Rose. And as always, I'm going to assume that, that y'all watch the show, so I'm not going to go verbatim exactly what happened. I'm just going to touch on a couple of points. As always, I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, you know what I mean? So you good on that, we good on this, let's get into this. I guess the first thing I have to say we talk about is the Boltons. Alright, Ramsay's hunting scene. Now, I guess they don't really get into it on the show and stuff like that, but what happens is, when Ramsay Bolton, what he does is, he likes to take women, and then he likes to hunt them, like he did there. And when he catches them, he names his new dogs after these women. Alright? Excuse me. Thank you. So, that's how his bitches get their name. So, I like the fact that they showed that. I didn't like the fact that they had the chick with him hunting. Now, these are the same two chicks that were jumping on Theon, trying to get him all fucking hard and shit before he chopped this thing off. The one chick I guess he liked, and the other chick I guess he don't like, and he shot it down and all that. One thing I have to say about Ramsay and stuff like that is, I like the whole Ramsay-Roose Bolton interaction. I would have rather got the line that we were supposed to get, boy, don't make me regret the day I raped your mother, or something like that. We didn't get that. I like Roose. I like the whole interaction. The only thing I could say really about Ramsay is that I just don't like the guy playing him personally, the look of him. If you look at any cartoon depiction of these characters before the show happened, and they show you Ramsay's always displayed as this big ogreish type of guy. Never no little dude like that. This a big ogre type of guy, and I think that it would have served them better to cast someone that looked more nasty than this little guy. This is a little dude. This guy looks like I could put him between my ass cheeks and fart on him, to tell you the truth. He looks like a piece of, like nothing, you know what I mean? And I don't know. So, I just got a problem with him, but as the acting and everything else was great. I like that scene and everything else. Funny part about it, to me, was it made me laugh, was when I watched it, and he started doing that whole shaving thing. I'm gonna teach you how much this guy's so obedient to me. I'm gonna make him shave my face. Only thing I thought about me as a black man is the goddamn color purple and Miss Seeley shaving Danny Glover. That's what came back to my mind. Maybe y'all, I know I have a lot of people overseas, maybe y'all never seen that and stuff like that, but that's where I think they took that scene from. That's all I started thinking about there. But yeah, I like you seen Fat Walder. They didn't call her fat, what they call a heavy Walder and stuff like that. So Frey and stuff, his wife. But basically, I think what we have to take from that scene, if anything to be taken, is that Ramsay is going to try to become a true Bolton by taking Moat Caitlin back from the Ironborn, which we know that's where Asha and them supposedly could be at or something like that. So, right? So that's what I think we take from that situation, and I think that was the most important thing there. Let's see what else. Let's talk a little about Bran. We're going to his character now. Bran walking on the tree. I guess that's really all we can say about that part, is Bran walking on the tree. So what I took from that is, obviously, that dragon was Valerian the Black Dread flying over King's Landing. That wasn't a modern day dragon, because as he's walking, he's looking back. When you walk into the trees, you look back and see what the trees seen in the past. So obviously he's seen the dragon flying. It's that big. It had to be the Black Dread dragon. It had to be from back in the day. He also seen his father inside, which is great. Is there a weirwood tree inside of the black cells? Because I would think that you could only see through the weirwood trees. I guess that's more of a book reader thing. But he's seen his father in the dungeon cells and everything else. So I guess it is and he's seen the same thing that Dany's seen in her House of Undying vision of the snow-covered throne. I guess that's what they're trying to show that he can see backwards in the past. And they also showed a little bit of the three-eyed crow and stuff like that. I think they showed a side shot of his face. stuff like that. So I guess that's basically all we can really say about Bran. Not a lot happened with Bran. I liked the episode. I'm gonna give you the review of the episode later, but that's that. What else could be there? There's really not a lot to say about this episode and everything else, to tell you the truth. Let's just get right to it, basically. Let's go right to Tywin, right? Now, in the books, and this is not spoiling, Tywin is rich, you know what I mean? This dude is, and he's not afraid to spend money. If you look at Jaime's hand, you look at at the swords he presents. I don't like the fact in the books the swords have a red tint when he did it. They don't have that. I don't like that. I wish they did. But he spends dough. He's not cheap. They get him like he's frugal. In the books, he's the one trying to push it out, pay for everything. He wants the 70-course meal, 77-course meal. He thinks this is a royal wedding. This has to be the best. And that's the way, and they got him in here like he's trying to pinch money, and he's not like that. I guess the best part I could say about Tywin in this scene was probably when he was talking to the older lady and stuff like that, the Queen of Thorns, and they talk about the Iron Bank, and he's like, I don't care about the Iron Bank, and she's like, we both know you're smarter than that. You know what I mean? Because that's a big deal, the Iron Bank of Bravos, no doubt about it. That's probably the biggest deal in the whole thing going down there right now, that they're in debt so bad and stuff like that. So you have that. You also have Tywin's interaction with Oberyn. The way they're putting Oberyn out there is so blatant, so talk, but then this dude, people think that it's okay to kill, blah, blah. You know, it was never set like that. It was never like that in the book. I understand that the show was trying to do that. I think by doing it that way, and also the other scene with Brienne, talking to Cersei, this is all the wedding scene we're talking all about, talking to Cersei saying that, do you really you're in love with Jaime. It's just, no one is that blatant. Cersei is not blatant like that. Her father, the Viper, he's not blatant like that. Just to come out and say things like that. And I think by doing that, they kind of dumb it down for the audience. In the book, it's always, hinted around this, that, and everything else. Also, you see, so I don't know. I just think that they should respect the intellect of the people a little bit more. No, you don't have to do that. And then to see Cersei kind of get jealous of this big ogre bitch. Cersei was known as the most beautiful woman in the whole Seven Kingdoms. You think she would actually be jealous? First scene, she didn't even want Jaime. Now, I'm the number one dude to say this. Look, I don't like a thirsty bitch. Tony Teflon don't deal with thirsty bitches. If you want me too much and I see that, I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? I like to be liked, but I don't like to be, you know what I mean? So I could understand how she would still be jealous even though it's Cersei, because there's been people that, you break up with people and then they date people that's not as good looking, or you think not on your level. You still get jealous of that person even though they're beneath you a little bit, or you feel that they're beneath you because they're with the person you're with. You know what I mean? And like, how could this person be with someone I was with? Are you crazy? Look at this person. I was with you. You know what I mean? In my life, I've been through that many times. Actually. So I can understand that, but she in the book, she doesn't come across as petty as that. You know what I mean? She's a queen, and she's usually held to a more high of a standard. The interaction between them all, it was alright and stuff like that. I guess the only thing I can really talk about, this is going to be really fast, wow. I guess the only thing I can really talk about now is basically Joffrey's fucking demise. I'm sure that everybody in the show has been waiting for this since the show started, to get this little motherfucker, since probably episode 3 when you really started seeing how bad this little fuck was, to get him the fuck out of there. And I will say that he died fucking brilliantly. It looked phenomenal. His face at the end, just sitting there with the blood and everything, this looked great. I did not feel sorry for him. I thought it was wild the way Jaime ran over there first, and then Cersei pushed him away, like, get the fuck away, you know what I mean? And he was the first one there. I don't think if anyone thought that, didn't think that wasn't his kid, maybe the people in the court did think after that. I don't know what to say. I liked the episode, I really did, but I've known that Joffrey's been dead as a book reader for over 10 years. You know what I mean? So it's not shocking to me as it probably would be to people who are just seeing the show. So I know the people who show, you probably expect me to jump up and down and do, I can't get into it like that. Now, I already know this dude is dead, and I've expected him to die, and it's not a show. The only thing it just looks better than, you know, it looked better than it read. The way his face looked better than it read and stuff like that. And I appreciated that. The whole jousting dwarf scene, I didn't know if they would actually have that in. I'm glad they had that in. It was funny. You know, to me, you know, everyone, it was some poor taste. But I'm saying, it's not like Joffrey didn't have a dwarf dressed up as himself, too. I could see if he had a regular guy dressed up as himself, and then everyone else he was fighting was dwarves, then it would have been a little bit more funny. But the fact that he had a dwarf dressed as a king, I kind of think, you know, it wasn't that bad, you know, and stuff like that. And poor taste and everything else. I think the part when the dude was going down with Robb Starks with the wolf head was a little funny and stuff like that, and added poor taste and stuff like that. And Sansa standing there not saying nothing and stuff like that. And I thought that was a little crazy. And then you basically, Joffrey, he drinks the thing, eats the thing, he chokes and he dies. Now, I don't know if you book read it, if non-book readers, you know how he died or whatever. I'm not going to say it or anything like that. But I will say this, going back to Oberyn. They did not play up enough that how the people in Dorne, especially Oberyn, are addicted and love to poison people. They're all about it. Not saying that he didn't. Not saying it. But I think that they're pushing it too much on Tyrion, and I think that they should have pointed that out, that this is what these dudes do down there. They just poison people, that they're known for this shit. And they didn't point that out there, and I think they should have pointed that out a little bit more. You know what I mean? That's just my motherfucking opinion. Now, what else happened there at the wedding? I don't see. That's it. I mean, you get old Lady Oberyn, she goes around, she talks to Sansa, she touches her head, touches the necklace, and then she walks away and stuff like that. And everything in Joffrey does. Now, people, if you haven't, who do you think killed and how she died? How Joffrey died? That's to the people who didn't read the book, if you're on here and stuff like that. Obviously, as book readers, we know and stuff like that. But book readers, tell me how you thought that it played out and stuff like that. Is that the way you seen it playing out and everything else? Let's go to the only really person who really matters in this whole show, and that's goddamn Stannis motherfucking Baratheon, right? Right. So, Stannis, we get a clip of Stannis. You know, we never really get a lot of him and stuff like that, but you seen him burning motherfuckers up, and I thought it was phenomenal, the way he burnt these people. I like it when he burns people. I really do. And I like the way when the fire touched the dude's body, you just seen the whole fire jump and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I thought that was a very, very good scene. I like the Melisandre and his daughter scene, too. I thought that was very good. Very telling, too, in that scene. But I think you need more Stannis. I mean, Stannis is just the man. I just love the way he talks. I love the way how firm he is with everything. And off topic real quick. I'm going to say this real quick. It's dealing with Stannis, but off topic of this episode. People always saying, oh, Stannis is bad. He uses black magic. He uses this. Well, listen, let me tell you something, man. He killed his brother with black magic. Yeah, he did. He did kill his brother with the magic. And so what? So what? You gonna say it's not honorable? What do you think would have happened to him if he didn't do that? What do you think was gonna happen? These dudes had 3 times his army. Who was he up against? Highgarden and motherfucking Tarly. We all know what the fuck Tarly is. You think Tarly, if they would have caught Stannis, they would just let him go? No, Tarly and these motherfuckers would have murdered him. He did what he had to do. Period. And that's why Stannis is the man. He does what he has to do. The ends justifies the means. And that's how he gets there. Alright? Period. That's it. So I don't want to hear no more bad about Stannis. Anyway, besides that, anything else going into this? I think that's basically it. Like it's Shay, the whole Shay, Tyrion scene and stuff like that. Only thing I liked about that scene, I would say, is that though they tried to portray Tyrion as acting as a mean person, in the books, that's how he always acts. He is that mean. And he's not acting. So, I wish it would have just been like that. But you see how Bran was shaky about him getting away. I wonder how they're going to do that. Are they going to make it like it's Bran's fault? that she didn't get out of there or something like that, and that becomes a rift between him and Tyrion. It seems like somehow they're going that way. I'm not sure. And stuff like that, you know. But then you had Sir Dantos come and grab Sansa and was like, "You want to live? We got to bounce right now." You know what I mean? They didn't show him bounce, or if she did bounce, but that's what he said to her. And stuff like that. I guess that's going to be my review on this. Overall, I gave the first episode 7.5. So I'm going to give this episode 7.5. Though I think this episode was a little bit better than the last episode, it still wasn't enough to go up anything. It's treading water. They're right there. It's a very good episode. I was happy to see it, and it's treading water right there. You know what I mean? So I don't see anything special about it where I could just say, you know, oh, this is just great. This was not the Battle of Blackwater or anything like that, you know. It was a good episode. I'm sure it's satisfying to the people who are waiting to see Joffrey die and stuff like that. But as a book reader, in all honesty, it's not the same as the Red Wedding, because the Red Wedding, when you read it and it's brutal to see it. This is, you knew he was going to choke and everything else, and though it was more brutal than I thought, and I thought it was magnificent the way he looked. Just nothing. The next episode, I think, would be the one. I think it would be better for us book readers and stuff like that. I think it'll start picking up more steam and stuff by next week for us. But for the people that just watch the show, I think it's a very good episode and stuff like that. I really wish I could go on, but I really can't, because I don't really think there's much more for me to get at on this episode and stuff like that. And real quick, just so you know, people leaving comments and stuff like that, and I appreciate all the comments, but know something like this. I am the Don, Tony Teflon. And Tony Teflon is not the type of cat to try to hit on somebody on some comment booth. Alright, maybe some lame people do that shit. Not the Don, son. 99 problems. Getting girls has never been one. And I would never hit on no one on no comment thing. I'm not a child. This is not MySpace back in the day. You know what I'm saying? MySpace back in the day, I pimped a lot of people on there. Believe me. But if you're down with me, join this house. Subscribe. Like. Comment. You know what I mean? We trying to get these views up, people. Help a brother out. You know what I mean? And just like I said, just know Twitter or Facebook or anything attached to this. This is just me. And most of my traffic just comes through YouTube. So it be what it be. Next week, we going to do something. And then by that time, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do something for us book readers. I got something in the works, a whole little finger thing and something else. So, hey, yo, get at me. Subscribe. Like. Tell me I'm sexy. I like to hear it. And besides that, no homo. Alright? And besides that, hit me back. If you want to hear something, let me know. And I'm all about, you know what I mean? You know, if you comment. If anyone has commented, you know I'll personally get back to you on that. And besides that, you know who this is. It's the Don. Tony Teflon. House Teflon. Chia! We pull the strings.